I weigh 220 pounds and I feel sexier than ever. I have so many stretch marks, so many scars, and so many spots that you could probably find your zodiac sign if you tried to connect all the dots. And the craziest part of all of that is I make more money than ever from men. Men think I'm sexy. Even when I'm natural, even when I have spots and stretch marks and take a week in between my shaves, they still think I'm so hot. And that makes me feel even hotter. I love it. Hello, welcome to Dysfunctional Alliance, the podcast where we talk about psych, sex, and so much more. Every week, I'm diving into the questions that will definitely turn some cheeks red. I'm your host, Nat, and our ally this week is my beautiful friend, Sam. Welcome, Sam. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to jump right into the interview. We can get this show right on the road. Okay. So my first question for you is, do you think about psychology or sex more?
Sex.
Yeah? Definitely. Is it like, do you think about just having sex? Or are you thinking about it for a certain reason? Or are you just a sexual being? I'm a sexual being, so.
Same.
Yeah.
Literally same.
I feel you. I feel like I think about them equally, though. I'm always I love thinking about why people do certain things. I'm not one that will just hate someone. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, she's such a bitch. I'm going to be like, I bet she went through some crazy things when she was a kid. That's really tough. And so literally every time I feel something happen, I always have that moment. So I'm maybe I do think about psychology more, but I also really love sex. So I think about it all the time.
Same. I think as I've gotten older, I start to think about oh, maybe they have trauma or something, or, oh, I think she or he could really use a therapist.
Oh my gosh. So heavy on usually he. Actually, no, I take that back. So many people need a therapist. Get a therapist. If you don't have one, I guarantee you probably need one. And people who say that they don't need one always need them the most.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. Well, let's just go into the second question. So I know you're super big on body positivity. That's what we're going to talk about today.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that so much. And that's a big part of my message. So have you always been a curvy girl?
I actually have not. I have this conversation all the time. I've been skinny, small frame my whole life. Up until about 2020. When I got out of the psych ward, I had to be medicated for my bipolar 1 disorder and depression and anxiety. My bipolar meds just really packed on the weight.
Oh my gosh.
On top of, COVID and...
Oh my God. That had to be so tough. I can't even imagine.
It was really a big change. And I really had to come to terms with being a plus size girl and people, looking at me differently because I still dress the same. And even now, I'm in a crop top and shorts.
Yeah, period. I love that. Wear whatever you want. I'm totally I'm a big proponent for wearing whatever you want.
Yes.
Curvy girls look so good. It makes me sad when a curvy girl is I'm going to wear this sweatsuit because I just don't look good. I'm like, girl, if you don't put some shorts on right now, shake something. Let me see something. Stop. That actually goes into another question because I feel like trolls are so quick to say oh, I know you would never get any play in real life or I don't know. They just think that curvy girls don't get any action, which is freaking insane to me. Literally.
It's also far from the truth.
Oh, so far from the truth. So since you're a bartender, Sam's a bartender. Since you're a bartender, do you notice people hitting on you a lot? Do you still feel sexy whenever you're working and that type of deal?
So when I first started at this bar that I'm at, the owner, he's still pretty relaxed with the dress code. We can kind of wear whatever we want, but I think I think he is so like in the old school mindset that, you know, big girls can't wear crop tops or, you know, show off their, you know, fupa or whatever. And I think he's like, you probably shouldn't wear that. And I'm like,
He said that to you?
he hasn't said that in so many words, but
He's basically saying it to you?
kind of. That's how it makes me feel. That's how I've interpreted it. But whatever. I still wear what I want.
Yeah, as you should. Low-key.
I do. And I've lost 38 pounds since November. Thank you.
That's awesome.
So guys have actually been hitting on me more, which is crazy. I'm like, that's weird. Even though they all know I'm married. I forgot what I was going to say.
No worries, no worries. You were saying guys hit on you more, even though you know they're married. They know you're married.
Yes. But like, I do get negative comments though sometimes, mostly because I'm enforcing the owner's rules.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh, you're such a fat bitch. And I'm like,
oh my goodness. I can't even imagine. One of my questions actually was going to be, do you get like the angry drunk guests and like things like that?
all the time.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine. Well, I can't imagine. When I was a dancer, surprisingly, I was like 80 to like, I was a lot smaller than I was used to at that point. And I was still one of the like bigger girls at my club. And I had to get so used to like being just completely like berated low-key because like I would have to go up to them and be like, hey, do you want to dance? And they'd be like, no, you're like, I'm not into your type. Oh, I'm like, oh, okay, heard. I get it.
That's weird.
Yeah. Honestly, it's crazy though, because like I gained so much confidence in that like era that I would go back to them by the end of the night and I would be like, I told you that you were gonna like miss out on that. You sure you don't want to try it? And they would be so down with that confidence that they'd be like, actually, yeah, like let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. And literally just because you have the confidence. So that's why I love that you said you wear the crop top still.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't matter what people think, and people change their minds very often. So like the more you put yourself in front of people, I feel like you could go from being someone like maybe they're not conventionally attractive to you, but then like you get to know their personality. Like I think that a big thing of body positivity is that like we realize that it's not just about our body. Like we have personalities as well. And so then you get more like people will hang out with you or like be around you and be like, she's kind of hot actually. And she's chubby or she's chunky.
Yeah.
And I still think she's hot. And I think people really miss out on that aspect. So
Yes.
I totally get that.
That's why they always say, like, you know, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Like,
literally.
I might look, you know, unappealing to you, but I'm cool as fuck.
Literally, that's how I feel. Like people on the internet. The internet's brutal. So I just brace myself every time I get in my comment section. Yeah, because I just lost my train of thought too. But
I've seen your comment section though. I haven't seen.
I have to cook people sometimes. Like I get so many fat shaming comments. It's actually insane. And people will be like, I don't know, they just think that because I'm fat, like, or because I'm bigger. The crazy thing is I didn't even think I was fat until I started Instagram. Like when I started posting on Instagram, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I need to like start leaning into body positivity because people are like really shaming me right now. Yeah. And I was in a process where I was gaining a lot of weight. So I was like, oh my God, this shit's brutal. If I hadn't already worked at the club and gotten that experience of getting it to my face, I honestly don't know if I would be like good with it. Now I'm like, fuck it. Say what you want. No, literally. I think I look good. I think you look great. Like literally people you're welcome. People just, they're weird. That's like the basics of it. People are weird.
And mostly it's men or jealous women that they don't have your confidence.
Jealous women so often. And they're beautiful sometimes. It really is crazy to me. Like I'll literally comment because I'm not going to go back and like body shame. That's not going to be my response, you know? But I'll just be like, girl, you are way too beautiful to be
have that
to
like
have this
ugly
energy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like an ugly personality. Ugly personality is the worst. Like, it can literally turn a 10
Into like a 2.
like barely even a 2. It starts
Yeah.
to like, I feel energies and I start to like visualize it. Like, I feel like their skin starts to look like withered and like they start to look more tired and just like bedraggled. And I'm just like, see, that's your energy showing. I can see it. You can't fool me. I can see it.
Literally.
Next question. So you said you were married.
Yes.
I want to talk about that for a second.
Okay.
And you guys have been together for years. Were you guys together when you were smaller? Was he with you through the process of you gaining weight?
Yes.
Did you notice any differences in him? Was he more supportive? At any point was he maybe less supportive? Did you feel less did you feel like his view of you in his eyes changed? I don't know if I worded that correctly, so.
I think you know where you're getting at though. Me personally, we've been together like for about 7 years, you know, officially 5, but
yeah, I get it.
Anyway, so like there was a point before I went to the psych ward, like in 2020, which is when we started dating.
Oh, okay,
We started dating in January of 2020 and went to the psych ward in August.
Oh, heard. August of 2019 or 2020?
2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys were together when you went into the psych ward?
Yes.
Okay.
Scared him to death.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. That would be so scary.
Yeah. I mean, the psych ward was lit, honestly. It was it was nice. But anyway, I personally don't feel that he was any less supportive. I feel like he always has tried to boost my confidence.
Yeah.
No matter what size I've been. And he is still very supportive. Like I told him Monday, I broke 250. So like I'm under 250 now.
Oh my gosh, congrats. I know that felt so good.
Yes.
Good
I was
for
so
you.
excited. Oh my God. I was telling everybody at work because they know I'm on a weight loss journey.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he was like, oh my God, babe, that's awesome. You know, whatever. But I do not feel like he was any less supportive. If anything, he's been more supportive than I've had motivation.
I love that.
And he's like, you know, if you want to lose weight, like, you know, go take the dogs on a walk. Like, you know, like
that's awesome.
There's a track across the street from my house. Like, it's way down yonder, but
I'm jealous.
I don't use it.
I can't walk, but I'd go to the track. I'd try my best.
I forgot about that.
No worries. Bring the wheelchair. just as backup, just in case.
Right. Hell yeah. But yeah, I feel like he's super supportive. And
I love that.
I love and I hate it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it like overwhelm you sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like he'll be like, you know, his famous saying is always, you know, you can't like keep doing the same thing and like expect different results.
That's what they say is the definition of insanity. Yeah.
Literally word for word.
Yeah.
He says that to me all the time.
That makes so much sense. I say that all the time too. I'm really a big like, I love manifesting. Like, so I'm always like, you know what? Just say it. Like, what's your goal? Even if it's like super far-fetched, I think you should go for it. And so sometimes I feel like I'm a bit overwhelming. Like I can be a bit overbearing because I'm like, well, what's your goal? Are you thinking about it? What are your next steps? And there's already so many things going on in life that can be very overwhelming. And I can see myself doing that sometimes. So it's interesting to hear it from the other side because,
yeah.
I feel bad about it sometimes, but I don't know. I'm a very goal-oriented person.
I'm not really anymore. Yeah. Like my therapist, like we have like, we're starting to see each other more again. So like, she's always like, you know, what's your goal? And you know, what's the short-term goal? What are you going to do? Like stuff like that. So I'm like trying to be more goal-oriented, but like, I only have like one big goal in life, honestly.
What is it? Can you tell me?
To be a mom.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You're going to be a great mom. I already know that's coming. It's coming. I promise you. I was told for years, like literally, I lost a baby in 2019 and I have ended. It's okay. Honestly, you live and you learn. Not saying that I'm happy it happened, but you know, You know, you live and you learn. Anyways, past that though, I have endometriosis pretty heavily. So it's like it's on my bladder, it's on my bowel, like the scar tissue. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like
my mom had endometriosis.
Yeah, so it's like all over like my insides. And so I was told after I had surgery to get it diagnosed, I was told that I was not going to be able to have babies unless I did it like right away. And I was like, I'm not ready to do that. So I thought I was going to have to do like IVF or something like that. Literally, I would say like, okay, well, we'll adopt when we're 30. We'll try IVF when we're older, like whenever we're stable. And literally a freak of nature, Sam, a freak of nature. I mean, he's a miracle. But
Yes, he is.
the freak of nature is the fact that I got pregnant because I didn't know that when you get IVF, very commonly, one of the first things that they do is have you take steroids. And like, especially if you have endometriosis, because it's like inflammation. So it helps to like get the inflammation down if you're ovulating, things like that. I didn't know that. And so I got this steroid infusions for my MS before I knew I had MS. And they gave me the steroid infusion and I was being a wild girl and like literally found out I was pregnant. I was like, wait a second, what? I was like, this was not supposed to even be able to happen. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And yeah, literally my little miracle baby. And
He said, surprise.
yeah, that's how it's going to be. Literally, it's going to be like when you're like, well, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what everyone says, but
It's so hard. I'm like totally here with you. I am not like
it's so hard.
downplaying that at all because it is such.
I haven't even been like diagnosed with anything. Like I said, I've been off my bipolar meds since November. And I actually, I started ovulating and stuff, having normal cycles, whatever. So, but it hasn't happened yet. So
it's coming. So November is when you started trying, or before then?
Before then, we've technically been trying for 3 years in March.
Gotcha. That's a long time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I guess it wasn't wasted because I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still having sex.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's nice.
You're still enjoying yourself. It's still a good
Exactly.
time.
But so like now that we know that I wasn't ovulating and stuff because of those meds.
Yeah.
Now
yeah. I get what you're saying. So
Yeah.
which meds were they? Or which was it? Was it just one or?
Right now, my antidepressant, I'm on Effexor, and then my bipolar was Risperidol.
Oh, Risperdal. Yeah.
Yeah, Risperdal, but I was generic.
I was in the mental hospital too when I was actually for years. Like I kind of grew up in the mental hospital my teenage years, so I know all of the names. You could throw them at me and I'll get them. Effexor, you're strong, girl, because I can't. Oh my God, it was the worst medicine I ever took in my life. Not even like taking it. I missed one dose and I had the worst day of my whole life. Do you get brain zaps?
Yes.
They're the absolute worst thing ever. I thought I was dying.
Yes.
I was in the mental hospital, like not the mental hospital. It was a mental like residential facility, So it was like a lockdown. It was like mental hospital jail.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So I really wasn't even that bad of a kid. I swear to God. Like I really wasn't that bad. It makes it seem like I was a delinquent, but I was like on this like small, milder scale of delinquency, if that makes sense. Again, you live and you learn.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I was in there for years. So literally they were trying all types of stuff on me. And one of them was Effexor, and I missed a couple of doses of it. And the brain zaps, I literally was falling to the floor. I would look over and my head would just like, literally felt like electric in there. Like not even like electric, like a buzz.
Yes.
Like, that's the worst.
I actually just texted my best friend yesterday. I was like, I think I missed a couple doses because I finally took them yesterday. And for me, it only takes like missed 2 or 3 doses. Like 3 is like the max. And then I'm in bed like dying.
Yeah, I couldn't.
It's horrible.
I I think I'm pretty sensitive to like meds, and like my body goes like maybe withdrawals quicker or something like that. But I was literally, I think I missed one dose before I was like, and I was watching Amityville Horror. That is a horrible thing to be watching when it feels like your brain's about to explode. Like it was not fun. And
My
so
little
I was like,
sister, oops, sorry.
no, go.
My little sister actually told me about like the terminology, like brain zaps. And I was like, that's exactly what it feels like.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
For sure. I remember I was Googling because like, I was just like, why is this happening? And then I saw that and I was like, that's it. That's the one. That's what happened. So, I don't remember what my question was going to be. I had a question linked into that.
Oh,
but
sorry.
now, no, you're good. It was before we even got into that. My brain was going somewhere else. But I guess I'll just go where my brain's going because I'm really curious about it. Have you ever thought of like, well, I guess bipolar is very different, but that's like a completely different diagnosis. So disregard what I'm saying here about that. But for my depression, I swear to you, and my anxiety a little bit, but I stopped this for a little bit. But I swear to you, for my depression and partially my PTSD, microdosing mushrooms. Crazy.
A coworker actually suggested that to me.
I started writing papers about it because I was like, this is crazy. Like for school, so my professors have papers about mushrooms. But
I love that.
yeah, it was fun.
And I mean,
What did your friends say about it?
I am somewhat in agreeing with her that microdosing is probably a lot healthier per se than taking, pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah.
Because for me, for one, bipolar disorder is forever.
Yeah. That's why I was like, can't even like factor that one into this because that's
I will say
different.
though, I did try acid in 2020.
Like just a tab or microdosing?
No, just like a tab.
Yeah. So you've done psychedelics once. Is it just that tab?
Twice.
Heard.
The first time I did it in 2020, it was 420.
Period. Love that.
So I wasn't medicated, and it was cool. We had fun. And then the second time, I don't think I was medicated either. I want to say it was like a month later because Talon was still alive. I know. So sad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you. We were all, it was me, my sister, Thomas, and Talon. We were all in the Camp Street house. And I took 2 that time. Girl, it was crazy.
It wasn't a good time.
No,
You had fun, but it was crazy.
It was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild. Like
2 tabs is nuts.
yeah. And both of them took a whole strip. And I'm like,
What?
absolutely not.
Tom, I bet he did. He seems like it. He seems like he would.
Yeah.
I love psychedelics. I'm not even going to hold you. I think they're the future. Maybe not LSD. LSD is different. That one's more like man-made. Mushrooms.
Yeah. Isn't
On
that
the other hand, psilocybin.
Yeah.
So psilocybin is like completely different. And I literally think it's so good for depression and anxiety.
Yes.
Because for me, I don't know how it works for other people, but I have like done some research and other people have said that they had this experience. For me, I felt like it started to wire my brain differently. Like I started to take I was taking like, you take a really small amount, so you're not tripping at all. It's like literally if you take a Vyvanse, I take Vyvanse for ADHD. So
I took that when I was little.
Yeah, so it's just like taking that. I mean, you're chewing it and yeah, so it's grosser than taking Vyvanse. But you
Have
just
you
do it
opened
like
those
that.
capsules?
I bet it would be disgusting. I
It
can't
is.
even imagine.
I couldn't swallow pills until I was like 9.
Oh no.
Oh my God. They had to dump the beads out on applesauce.
They did that in the residential place. Yep. Medicine and applesauce. It was called MedCall. Whoops. Oh my God, 2 in a row. It was called MedCall, and I remember I hated that shit. Oh, it was the worst. It was so disgusting.
It's so foul.
Yeah. But back to mushrooms. I really feel like it rewired like how I thought, because I would go from like I used to like freak out about like super, super small stuff. And some people would say that I still freak out about small stuff, but they used to be much smaller. Much smaller things that I would freak out about.
I love progress.
Yeah. And so, yeah. And so I literally would I started thinking in different ways. Like I would start to panic about something and then my brain would be like, actually, maybe just think about this instead. Like it was almost like my brain was like in meditation mode when I was like when I was microdosing. And it was insane. I literally, so instead of like thinking about it in this negative way, my brain just quickly was able to rewire it into like a more positive way of looking at it. And like it went from me, I was doing like the small, like maybe 0.1 gram, like a milligram or something. And it started me doing that every day. I think I did it every day for like a week. And then I was like, you know what? I think I can try like spacing this out. So I did it every other day. And then I was like, I still feel good on these middle days. So I think I'll go longer. And by the end of it, I was like, okay, I don't even think I really need it anymore. I mean, I think I would probably do good. I think sometimes you just need a little reset. I call it the Great Mushroom Reset because I think it really does like help your mind. I'm one of those girlies. I'm like a hippy dippy, like
I get that vibe from you.
Yeah. So I literally think mushrooms are going to be medicine in the near future. Like I think you're going to start going to pharmacies and saying like, let me get my prescription of psilocybin.
Yeah.
Instead of this, I don't know, Effexor. I mean, no, probably not Effexor. That's a different class. But instead of this, what did I take? Lexapro. So I was like, I stopped taking my Lexapro. It literally was like that good. And I literally did feel brighter and like happier for quite some time.
I love that for you.
It was really good. So sometimes I tell people maybe to try it. Another thing that I don't want to say this and sound like I'm like glorifying drug use because I'm only saying this in very much a do your own research way.
Yes.
Like I'm not saying everybody should do this, but I also am interested in ketamine therapy. Well, I'm not interested in it personally, but I think it's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Because they say that like that is like people that have depression for like years and cannot get a cure to their depression have tried all of the antidepressants and like
me.
Yeah, like literally they say that they go in that you'd probably be the perfect candidate for it then because they say that they go in there and like they're like I feel like I didn't have depression anymore. Like I never had depression. I can't even remember what that felt like fully cured. And they do it in Ohio. Like doctors, it's medically prescribed. So you go in, you get I think it's an infusion and you go in and they give you your ketamine infusion. It's not like don't go in a K-hole at a party. People at home.
Oh, Jesus.
But doctors can go and like give you this infusion and it's like medicine. And so you get it and it's like I don't think you have to get it like renewed. I don't know what that would be called. Like you don't have to keep doing it.
Okay.
You just do it and then you might need it like in the future, like farther out in the future.
Yeah.
But it's like a cure. Like it's actually insane. The research on it is really, really cool, honestly, to look into.
I don't think I've ever done any research on ketamine. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen or heard of that show, Midnight Gospel.
I have.
Watching that while you're tripping is lit.
Oh my gosh.
But even without it it's really good. Like each episode is about like different things. Like I think the first episode I don't know, I think he talks about like weed or something. But
something light.
Yeah.
Something delicate.
But they were talking about like ketamine and I don't remember. I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna have to watch that now. I didn't know. I've seen it. The visuals of it look really good. So I've been like super interested in it.
It's easier to watch when you're tripping because you can actually like you hear the message that he's like saying.
Yeah.
But like your eyes like focus on everything that's going on in the background. But like when you're sober, it's like very intense.
That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
But the only thing I know about ketamine is that Matthew Perry died from that. And
is that really how he died?
Mm-hmm. They found like
No.
I know. Dude, I sobbed.
Oh,
Because, you know.
I do.
We're friends,
Yeah,
girlies.
for sure.
Yes.
No way. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's really sad. And that's why you don't do these things at home or at parties, okay?
Yes.
If you want to try ketamine, go to your doctor. Find a licensed medical professional in your area.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because they do it. It's not like you have to go do it illegally. You can literally go to a doctor and say, like, hey, please, can I try this? And yeah, I mean, that's sad. I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. So I'm a little bit heartbroken about that, honestly.
It was, I've seen so many like TikToks and news articles and stuff about like leading up to his death. Like it was just,
I didn't really see any of it. And I thought I probably did that on purpose because I was so genuinely so sad when that happened. Like every time I saw his picture, I cried.
yes.
And so because I felt like I lost my friend.
Yes, literally.
Like I felt like I lost Chandler.
Yes.
Like that was the saddest day. I was like, no way.
It was horrendous.
Yeah, really, really bad. I grew up with friends. I don't know if I've told you like the story of friends, but
I think a little tiny bit like on Instagram.
Yeah. When I was growing up, I'll let you guys know too. When I was growing up, my mom didn't have like cable. We didn't have cable. So she did have the season DVDs of Friends.
I love that.
And so we watched nothing but Friends for like a very long time.
Oh,
and I was totally fine with it. I was like, this is great. Cool. Like, I loved it. And I mean, there's so many episodes. There's always like a different vibe. What's your favorite Friends moment?
One that's very relatable to me, like right now, would be when Monica finds out that they can't, like they just can't have babies.
That is a really sad episode.
It makes me really sad, but it's very relatable, sort of. Like I haven't been told that yet.
Yeah, because it's not true. That's why you haven't heard it.
Yes. But my favorite Friends moment is when, see, he's our lobster.
That I relate to that one very much as well.
I know.
I love that episode.
Yes.
My favorite one, it's actually making me laugh as I think about it. But I really like the episode where Chandler and Joey lose Ross's baby. And so they're at the nursery and they're like, okay, let's flip a coin. And Joey's like, okay. Okay, heads is ducks because ducks have heads. And Chandler said, what kind of scary ass clowns came to your birthday party? That was the funniest. He literally made that show.
Oh
like
my
those
God,
two,
literally. They made the show.
Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. Like actually an icon. Yeah. But I'm glad that I still have your memories to laugh about because literally so iconic.
When I watch Friends now, I'm like, he's dead, but it just makes the show that much more special.
For sure. I actually went through a phase. We're gonna end up like in a little Friends ending here,
right?
But whenever when I lost my baby, I was watching Friends at the moment. I have a really bad habit it's not a bad habit, but I have a habit of watching the same show on loop. Like maybe it's because of the Friends fiasco when I was a child, but who knows? So I'll watch the same thing over and over and over again. And right now it's Big Bang Theory and it has been for 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But before that, I went through a phase where it was Friends and then I lost my baby right at the time when Rachel had her baby. And I could not handle it. Like I literally had to turn it off and I didn't watch it for a while because I was like actually jealous. Like I was like, I was like jealous of a fictional character, which is crazy. I was like, no, like I'm so happy for her, but that should be me. I should be having that moment too.
I genuinely feel that. Like, I don't talk about it a lot. Like my coworker, actually, she had her baby in January. And now that she's like back to work, like we talked about it like her first night back. And I was like, you know, I'm sorry if I was mean to you or like made you feel like any sort of way. And she's like, no, I completely understand. She's like, I know that it's nothing that I did. I know, like, I get it.
For sure.
So like it is hard for me to be like genuinely excited when people are like, oh, I'm pregnant. And especially if like they have multiple kids.
Oh my gosh.
Except for like this one girl.
No.
She deserves it. But anyway, so it's really hard. Like, I genuinely get that.
Yeah, it is. It is really, that is a really tough experience, honestly. And I'm happy for the people that don't have to experience it, because it really is, it really sucks, especially like when you're at an age where like a lot of your friends are getting pregnant and a lot of things are happening. It really does start to get really like discouraging.
Yeah.
Even, this is a different situation, but I also had that same like jealousy feeling, and I feel jealousy a lot. I'm super open. I talk to my therapist all the time about things that I'm jealous about, because I think it's totally natural to have jealousy. Like, it makes so much sense. And when you don't talk about it is when it becomes problematic. If you can like voice it, then you can kind of like understand the root of it.
Yeah.
And whenever I first had my baby and we were in the NICU, I was so jealous of everyone I saw having babies, because everybody was having their baby and going right home afterwards. And, or like people were posting their pregnancy, like their, what's it called, maternity photos.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so sad because, and I still get sad. Like, I might get emotional right now thinking about it.
It's okay.
But I don't have fallopian tubes anymore. I will never have a baby again because I can't. It would be really scary if I tried to get pregnant again. So I still get that jealousy feeling whenever I see people, like, especially like having their second baby. A lot of people, I had my baby and then they got pregnant right after. Like, we were pregnant at the same time and then they got pregnant right after. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy for them. This is actually like recent, like one of my friends. I'm so happy for her. She just had twins. And which this is nothing, not shame at all. I hope, or shade at all. I hope that doesn't seem like that. But she posted them and I was just like, oh, that's so exciting. Like maternity photos with twins and like having your babies like in your arms. I didn't get to hold my baby until a week after I had him. So like seeing those pictures and stuff like that, it still literally gets me choked up. I'm choked up right now thinking about it. So yeah, you're not alone. I'm here with you. And if you want to vent about any of that, I'm here, because we can vent about it together. It's different circumstances, but I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
So before we end, I'll ask you something that I think is kind of fun.
Okay.
It's not fun. Like, it's not a great thing, but it's kind of interesting. Okay. So have you heard about the link between purity and diet culture? So like, there's like people talking about right now the way that modesty is becoming like a big thing. Women are losing a lot of weight and starting to cover up more and do things like that. And so people are kind of linking that to like church. Like, the church is starting to take over like the mindsets kind of deal. And so it's kind of saying that fat people are against God in a way. And I think I find that so intriguing.
I have not heard about that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's very much talking about it in like a negative point of view. Like, it's not like people aren't saying like, oh, this is a good thing, but you do see it a lot. Like, there are a lot of people that are like going straight from very much like body positivity to, and like, you know, I wear what I want, I feel good about myself, to I'm gonna wear these full like long sleeve dresses, which rock your style.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to me to watch, like, okay, like people are losing the weight and then they're not like showing, they're not
showing it off.
Yeah, their personality kind of changes almost. And they do get that more like, I guess in this sense, puritanical. Like, they get that sense, that vibe of just like superiority, I guess. Like, I'm better than you. I take better care of my body, and I'm doing this because I'm so healthy, and
Sorry.
like only the best people are able to keep their bodies small and like things like that. I do see that a lot. I honestly hate thin spo girlies on Instagram.
Yes.
They are the bane of my existence. They're so beautiful too. Like, it's really disappointing because I'm like, that, like, she's a very beautiful girl. But then they're on there and they're like, what's the one? Nothing tastes better than skinny.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's
They like
interesting.
run with that. Like things like literal, like things that are like body shaming. And they're using it as a way to be like, this is how I bettered myself. I find that so interesting. Like, I don't know.
I think a lot of people like that are like, oh, I want to be skinny. I want to be skinny. Like Lizzo, for example. Like, you know.
That's exactly who I was thinking. I wasn't going to name drop, but.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Free
Go
press.
for it. It wasn't me. It wasn't. I didn't say it.
I feel like the internet kind of like fat shamed her into becoming a smaller person. Like, even like Adele or, you know, other artists and stuff. Like, they've always been bigger. Even that girl from Pitch Perfect, she was always bigger.
That's another person.
And
I was thinking, Rebel Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, now it's me.
Sorry. Like, I feel like the internet just kind of like shamed them into like becoming smaller people, and
Literally smaller people, like overarching. Like, they're not like bold. I mean, they're not like, it's not like they're not bold anymore, not doing things, not doing that they're doing worse things.
Right.
It's just that like some of their personality seems like it's gone. Like,
I feel like Rebel especially. I think Adele's still the same.
Yeah.
I still love her, but like, I feel like they completely changed. Like,
yeah. They like washed them out.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
It is. And I feel like not just famous people, but I feel like a lot of people, when they lose the weight, they just are weird. And they're no longer body positive.
Yeah,
like,
they get a superiority complex.
Yes.
It's so weird. Like,
I hate that.
I'm so much better than you. Like, I don't, and you're not.
No.
Like, literally, you could be a horrible person that ate a salad that night, and you could be a wonderful person that ate a pint of Jenny's ice cream. Like, you could be either.
Yeah.
And like, literally, the salad is that's not the point.
Yeah.
The salad isn't the important part. Like, what you're doing outside of the salad, what you're encouraging people to do is like the good part. And people like baffle me with that because like they're encouraging like young girls, like because these are the girls that are seeing their stuff. Like, it's like young girls that are like, oh, she said that she only had 1,200 calories, so I should probably only have 1,200 calories too.
Yeah.
That's like actually sick work.
Yeah.
And
that's like an eating disorder.
It's literally an eating disorder. Like, they are encouraging eating disorders. I was on Twitter and I ended up on a site that was literally called, they had hashtag ED Twitter.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And they were glorifying it. Yeah. And they have like influencers over there and everything.
Oh geez.
It's actually insane, right?
Yeah. My best friend, I'm so proud of her, dude. She had like complications after birth. She had to have a C-section, and then, you know, like, she almost died. It was scary.
Yeah.
But she, ever since giving birth, she's lost over 100 pounds.
Wow.
Dude.
Good for her. Congratulations. What's her name?
Julia.
Congratulations, Julia. You are amazing.
Yes, ma'am. But she texted me the other day, and she was talking about how she was hungry, but she didn't want to eat. Because, you know, she's still doing the weight loss stuff. And, you know, she has like a calorie deficit or whatever that she's supposed to be within. And I was like, chew some gum, drink some water. And she's like, that's an eating disorder.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
I had no idea.
Yeah. You should read I'm Glad My Mom Died. Have you read it?
I have, I have not, but I want to.
You need to. Like, literally, if you don't have time to read books, I've been listening to audiobooks because I don't have like any time to read books. So I listen to it on Audible, and literally, I was listening to it and I was like, holy shit, I have to change my entire thought process around food. I realized, like, literally in the moment, like, I have horrible thoughts surrounding food. And I still love my body. I'm still very body positive. I think I look great. Thank you. But I still, like, I have really bad thoughts about food sometimes. Like, sometimes I'll be, like, hungry and, like, kind of what you said, I'll be like, well, I'll just wait because I ate something for breakfast. I don't want to have too many calories too early in the day, because then what if I overdo it at dinner? Like, literally, and I'm like, that's not good. Or I'll, like, bully myself. I don't know if you do that, but, like, my brain will literally bully me. I'll eat like some ice cream and my brain's like, this is exactly why you're fat.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
yes,
yo, chill out. Cause, like, I'm still going to eat the ice cream. I don't know why you're bullying me right now.
Right.
It's not going to change anything.
Yesterday, Thomas came home with pizza and I was like, oh, thank God. And I have been watching my portions for months before, like, I even got off. Before I got off the meds. And, like, so I don't eat as much. But, like, yesterday, I only had, like, 2 pieces and I was, like, full. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I came home and I ate the rest of it after work because, you know.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Sam, for talking to me. I think we really got into some interesting questions and I really loved talking to you. I am so excited to see you be a mom. I know it's going to come for you.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you so much for being my first guest.
Yes, of course.
It's so fun. So fun to have you here. So fun to talk to you. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you guys for listening to Dysfunctional Alliance today. I will see you guys all next time on Dysfunctional Alliance. Bye.
Always